Tom Sanzone is a graduate of Villanova University. He received the St. Thomas of Villanova Alumni Medal, the Distinguished Service Award, and the College of Engineering Professional Achievement Award. He served on Villanova's Alumni Association Board of Directors from 2011 to 2017. He fully retired in 2019, following a 51-year career at the NASA Johnson Space Center, JSC, in Houston. He most recently served as Senior Executive for Engineering for MRI Technologies from 2011 to 2019. He initially supported the company's efforts during the Apollo program, when he trained most of the Apollo astronauts, including Neil Armstrong, in the use of the company's portable life support system, backpack, that was successfully used on the moon. He became general manager in 1986. His hobbies have included marathon running, Formula Ford racing, traveling internationally with his wife, Brenda, and his 3 grandchildren. He first served as a United Space School host parent in 2018 and has continued in that role since.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Are y'all involved in that Space Force?
Well, not that I know of. So my career, I was 43 years working for the same company. Then I retired from that company when I was like 64. Then I worked as basically a consultant for another company that was supporting my company. And so I haven't been involved seriously since 2011. So that's 13 years sometime. So the whole von Braun thing was, the essence of von Braun is after World War II, the Nazis had very great engineers, particularly propulsion engineers who developed the V-2 rocket that bombed.
And we got it. Right?
Yeah. And so some went to the
No,
Russians.
you're fine.
Some went to the Russians, and some came to the U.S. And von Braun was one that came to the U.S. So I had nothing to do with it. I'd be making up stories if I were to tell you this is what happened. I was in one meeting with him, really, one time.
Got a picture?
No, but I was in the same room with him during a meeting. That might be a better way to say it. NASA has major design reviews called design certification reviews. And my whole career, it was the only time I ever went to NASA headquarters. And I was supporting, I wasn't a presenter, but the 2 NASA people that I supported on an everyday basis, they were making a presentation. One was the suit guy and one was the portable life support system guy. And they had this design certification review, and it was the center director from all those centers. That was the panel. And that was the day that I first understood the relativity of rank. And I will tell you a short story about it. So we were doing dry runs in Houston. This was a big dog and pony show at headquarters. And we had been doing dry runs in NASA's huge conference room, and the guy who was the Apollo spacecraft program office manager was a guy by the name of Jim McDivitt. He flew on Apollo 9 or 10, I can't remember which, as an astronaut, obviously. And then he later took over this role. So he was the guy we were presenting to in Houston. And we did several dry runs. So we go to headquarters. I'm just the bag carrier. I'm sitting there. I had put the presentation together, but I'm like sitting in the back row. And so McDivitt gets up there and he does this overview of what it was a design change for the Apollo 15, 16, and 17. It was a significant change. It was the first time we flew a rover on the moon. We went from a 4-hour system, life support system, to a 7-hour system. There were a lot of significant design changes that were going to be challenged. So that was the purpose of the review. Anyway, McDivitt gets up and he does this overview presentation, and one of those 10 guys sitting at the table said, "Okay, you're done, sit down." This guy is like a captain in the Navy, you know, or I think he was in the Navy. And as I said, that was the day I understood the relativity of rank.
Can we give him a great round of applause? What have you been coming down here?
One last comment, though. One last comment. You know, when they're coming back in the capsule and it's 26,000 miles an hour, and why don't they go the other direction and be less heat?
And that's why we have Jerry here, okay?
I have to turn that in as a design change.
I don't understand why you go into the wind. Go with the wind.